everybody, it is Julia. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber and if you're new here, nice to meet you. I make videos about travel, adventure, packing, hiking, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button so I can see you in a future video. Today's video is going to be a travel guide about the recent road trip that I just took through the Southwest. We went to Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and Nevada, and it was incredible. And so I'm gonna walk you through everything we did in case you are interested in going on a similar trip. I'm also gonna go over a lot of things that we had to change because of COVID and things you're gonna wanna know about if you go on this trip. 2020 is obviously the best year to do a road trip. It's like the resurrection of road trips. It can be done in a safe way. And so if that's something you are super interested in, I'm gonna tell you all about it. I am really excited to be partnering on this video again with the app AllTrails. I love AllTrails so much. I can't stop talking about it. I tell all my friends about it, so I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk about it again with you guys. If you don't already have the AllTrails app on your phone, get out your phone right now and just go ahead and download it. It is free. If you like to hike, which I'm assuming you do because you are watching my YouTube channel, this is something you're gonna wanna know about. AllTrails is a free app for your phone that is exactly like what it sounds. It is a database for all the trails in the world. You can put in your zip code, or you can put in the city you live in, or the city you want to go to, and you can see all the trails available in that area. I use it on a day-to-day basis. I live in Atlanta and I get bored of just walking around my neighborhood, and so I use it to find new places that I can go hiking in my area. I also used AllTrails almost exclusively to plan this trip because obviously I could Google what is the best trail to hike in Arches National Park or whatever. But what's really great about AllTrails is they have ratings and they have reviews and comments from people who have hiked those trails simply because they love to hike. It's not paid for or anything like that. It's all free. So people leave all these really helpful comments. And so you can kind of get a good idea of who the hike is for, if you'll enjoy it. It also has these ratings of easy, moderate, hard that gives you a really quick glimpse of what the trail is gonna be like. It shows you the distance. And also my favorite part is it gives you directions to the trailhead, which I think is really hard to figure out sometimes. So I went through, I found all the hikes that I wanted to do. I put them into a little folder called like Southwest Road Trip, and then while I was out there I was able to just flip through every single day and find the trail that I had planned for us to hike. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I plan a trip, I write it all down, I really enjoy myself, and then I forget everything that I planned, and it's almost like a different person planned the trip for me, and everything's a surprise because I can't remember anything. So it was great to have that folder of just hikes waiting for me that past me thought that I would enjoy, and I was right. It was great. So if you want to download AllTrails, again, it's completely free, so I don't know why you wouldn't. I will have the link on the screen as well as down below if you want to click on it after the video and start hiking newer and exciting hikes, and let me know if you like it. So obviously your road trip can pretty much start anywhere. You can start from your house, but for the sake of conversation, I'm gonna say this route starts in Denver, Colorado. So starting in Denver, we made our way west. We stopped first in Vail, Colorado, which is a famous skiing village. It honestly looks like Switzerland meets Disney World, and it's really exciting, and I really wish I could have been there when it was snowing, but even in the fall, it was really beautiful. So after about an hour or two in Vail, we got back in the car and we headed to Glenwood Springs. Freaking out. This song came on and the landscape's crazy. It's like we're in real cars. Wow! Oh my god! Glenwood Springs is an incredible town that is famous for its hot springs. So I couldn't really film in there because it's 100% humidity and you weren't allowed electronics, and we had to like lock up stuff. It was crazy. Okay, so it was a vapor cavern, which apparently is the only one in America that's like that, and it's basically a sauna, but it's natural. I'll try and put some pictures of it from the internet on the screen. So it's like a cave in the dark, but it's like so hot, like 100% humidity, and you're just dripping, and I didn't know if I was gonna like it because I've been in saunas before and didn't like them, but I So good. You feel good.
Yeah. It was 116 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Humidity.
And then we went to our Airbnb that I will link down below in Colorado Grand Junction, just outside the Colorado National Monument National Park. And I didn't have a lot of expectations for this. This was kind of sort of a bonus experience for us, which I think it is for a lot of people. And I really loved it. The big thing to do at the Colorado National Monument is the scenic drive. It's 23 miles and it goes through the entire park. And there is so much to see. If you're going on a trip like this and you plan to go to about 3 or more national parks, I highly recommend you go ahead and get an annual pass. The pass is $80 for the year and it's good for your entire car, so you only need one for you and your group. After we were done with the park, we continued west on I-70 to Moab. Okay, we're completely freaking out.
So
we're losing our minds. There's like everything is crazy. Also, today we couldn't decide if we wanted to go walk Fisher's Towers or not, and that's it right there. That's Fisher's Towers. I was like, they look just like the picture. I think that's it, and we just saw a sign.
For Fisher's Towers.
So we ended up getting to see it anyways.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh, this is the most insane thing that I was not expecting.
So
thanks, Ben. Thanks, Jesus.
Always take your local guides.
Oh my gosh. We then made it to our Airbnb right at sunset. If you're interested in this one, I will also link it down below. It doesn't look very good online, but I'm telling you, it was awesome. If you're into tiny homes, you'll love it. Moab is incredible. It's an adventurer's paradise. It is literally like an outdoor playground. There are a ton of national parks in that area. The most popular is Arches National Park. The thing you really need to know about camping in Moab is the campsites fill up quickly. Most of them are first come, first serve, especially all of the ones along the Colorado River that you will pass through if you come through the scenic byway like I told you to. But you really need to get there by like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. at the latest. Not like 2 p.m. It will be game over, like don't even try. So once you get there, it's really simple. You just save your spot with your tent or even just chairs or something that represents that you've taken that spot. And then also you can go over to the little kiosk at the beginning of the entrance to the parking lot and just grab a little slip of paper. You can leave cash or check. Super random. I literally brought checks because I never have cash. And you put it in a little envelope in the kiosk and then you get a little yellow receipt and you clip it onto your campsite.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Let's do it! First thing we obviously did was go and see the Delicate Arch, which is the most famous one. It's on all the license plates and it's on the Welcome to Utah sign. The trail to Delicate Arch actually is kind of hard. It's listed as moderate and I was huffing and puffing, and it's also quite high up. My boyfriend is afraid of heights, and so it's not easy. So if you're not physically able, then do the viewing trail. You need to wear face masks right now the entire time you're in the park. I'll be honest with you, not everybody is following this rule and it's not necessarily being enforced. But I would plead with you to definitely wear a mask the entire time you're in the park. The way it works is you just drive around to the different trailheads and there's a parking lot for each one. And it was so busy that we pretty much, after we did Delicate Arch, we just hiked whatever we could find a parking spot at because it started to all kind of look the same to us, so we were happy to see whatever. My favorite thing was the double arches and the Delicate Arch. Places to stay in Zion because campsites fill up like a year in advance, but we stayed at this awesome place called the Wright Family Ranch. Again, I'll link it down below. In general, you cannot drive your car into Zion. Unlike most of the other national parks where you can come and there's the parking, it's not like that in Zion. You have to get on their shuttle. If you get there in the morning before like 9:30, you come into the park in your car and you'll park in one of their parking lots. If you get there after 9:30, you're gonna end up parking on the street, and then you'll walk in through the walking entrance. And then you get in line for the shuttle. That's how it normally is in Zion. But because of COVID, they wanna have less people on the shuttles. They've taken out half of the seats at 50% capacity. So you have to get a shuttle pass reserving a specific hour and when you will get on the shuttle. So that's like the 10 o'clock hour, the 11 o'clock hour, and you can get on it at any point during that hour, but you have to have this pass. All the passes will sell out, and you can reserve one 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks in advance on recreation.gov. Also though, if you are not able to do this, your trip is like tomorrow or something and you're freaking out, you can also reserve the tickets 1 day before at 9 a.m. Utah time. They will go on sale and they will sell out in about 5 minutes. So we set an alarm, again, we were very intense. I went ahead and downloaded the recreation.gov app so I could go ahead and put in my credit card information. But I was really happy with myself because by 9:01 I had reserved 2 tickets, and then by 9:05 they were all gone. We hiked the Narrows, which is one of the most popular things you can do in Zion. You hike up, basically up a river, where like the name sounds, it gets more and more narrow with these 2 giant rocks. It's hard, it's fun, it's different. I loved how quirky it was. It was very adventurous. This isn't mandatory, but they recommend that you go to Zion Outfitters right outside the park and rent these special shoes and special socks and get a walking stick to do the Narrows. I was skeptical about this, but I really liked having all of those things. If you don't want to get the shoes, then definitely still wear some sort of closed-toed shoe. I think the obvious thing you would think to put on is like a Chaco, but definitely don't go with the Chaco because you're gonna stub your toes. You're gonna end up hurting your toes because they're gonna be hitting, you're gonna be kicking a lot of rocks. If you're me, you're gonna fall a couple times. So wear something closed-toed. I would definitely get the shoes. They're not that expensive. And the socks are the best part because it basically keeps your feet super warm. Not a lot of water will get in the shoe. Some water will, but the water will be kept warm. So your feet will be warm, and the walking stick, if you're gonna do anything, if you're gonna take any advice from me, it's get the walking stick or bring your own because you need it. You will fall down. I still fell down. There's actually a lot of people doing it and a lot of small children, which you wouldn't expect. But if you go far enough, eventually the families drop off after about maybe 30 minutes to an hour of walking, and then there's less and less and less people. And actually at one point we were all alone for like almost an hour. So the further you go, the more alone you're gonna be. At one point, you could probably hike the Narrows for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. If you wanna have some kind of goal, I would say your goal should be to walk all the way to Wall Street. This is the coolest part that most people make it to. So this took us pretty much the entire day. We got there around 9:30, like I said, and we were leaving the park around 6 o'clock. One of the really famous things to do in Page is to go to the Antelope Slot Canyon or the Zebra Slot Canyon. So most of Antelope Canyon is operated by the Navajo Nation. However, part of it is operated by the Glen Canyon National Park, and that part is open. However, the only way to get to it is by kayaking. So I recommend that you rent a kayak and then kayak on Lake Powell, which is stunning. The water is navy and the rocks are like red and white ombre. It's incredible, it's stunning. You paddle for about an hour into the canyon, and then you get to a point where the water stops. You'll beach the kayak and you can walk through the Slot Canyon for free by yourself, so you don't have to be on a guided tour, and you can walk as far as you want, and then you get back in your kayak and you'll kayak back and then take your kayak back to wherever you rented it from. I'll link down below the company we used. I really enjoyed them because it was so simple and easy. You need to make a reservation. They put the kayak on your roof with like noodles so that it doesn't damage your car. They get you all set up. They gave us a map. They told us exactly where to go and what to do. You drive about 15 minutes into the park, and again, we had our National Park Pass, so that was free. So this is where she's been. You can These are all the people. There's actually less people than I thought.
Yeah. From what you were describing, there's gonna be a lot more.
Oh my gosh, please take me closer. You could stay at the Grand Canyon for days. There's the north entrance and the west entrance and the south entrance and the east entrance. There's so many different parts of the Grand Canyon and I didn't explore a lot of it. So I don't have a lot of advice beyond that to give you. If you are doing an airplane trip where you rent a car, you could fly into Denver and fly out of Las Vegas, or you could drive home at that point. You can just sort of customize it to whatever you feel comfortable with and what you're planning on doing for your road trip. That is everything we did. I had an incredible time. If you have any questions about the many things I just covered, I spoke very fast. So if you want to know any more information about anything, just comment down below. Let me know. You can DM me on Instagram. My handle is @JuliaMarie_Rob. If you want to see photos from the trip, head over there and check some of that out. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to download all trails, and I will see you in the next one.